vodka.
What? Get out. Go to bed. I told you go to bed. Get out. Mommy's working. Hello from the other side. It's times like these that I understand are very confusing and scary and frustrating. Like having to have a conversation with an ugly person who thinks they're interesting. The world can be a scary place, but I thought it would be nice if I came through just in time for Mother's Day to give all of you lovely ladies a couple of tips on how to make this one in quarantine a good and memorable one. Tip number 1, avoid spending as much time with your children as possible on your special day. But of course, this year with social distancing, that may not be a feasible option for most moms out there. So in that case, what I recommend doing is taking a bunch of Xanax, washing it down with a vodka Red Bull, and it really helps you get through your 75th time of having to sit through Moana. I also find that giving your child a NyQuil nightcap around 6 p.m. really frees up the rest of the evening for you to enjoy yourself. Now, some people may classify that as borderline abuse. I, however, like to think of it as self-care. Tip number 2. Force the father of your child to buy you something nice. Now, some ladies out there like to be surprised, but I find that usually expecting a man to do something productive and thoughtful is a fruitless endeavor. And of course, Mother's Day is not a huge holiday like Christmas or your divorce party when you find out that he's been cheating on you with his secretary. But I find that it's the perfect day to demand the kind of gift like a piece of jewelry or that brand new cookware that you can hit him over the head with when he finally gets on your nerves enough. Tip number 3, shame them if they don't. But in all seriousness, this year your child didn't have the ability to make that shitty macaroni necklace in his or her class for the old ball and chain to fall on. So just remember that a lot of us had to squeeze a child through their vagina in a bloody, sometimes literally shitty mess, or be carved open like a human jack-o'-lantern, only to be told how exhausted they are at 5 a.m. after you've been up all night with a screaming child and a gaping flesh wound. So even after all that, if he hasn't even bought you a bouquet of flowers, he is a useless man and you are allowed to call his mother a whore. And my final tip for having a memorable Mother's Day this year is cherish every moment. Just take a little second longer to look at them before you give them back to the au pair. Some children never grow out of that awkward phase and have to get plastic surgery, but they all grow up and leave you someday. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Have a great day.